am excited. Very excited. Just to talk about this tonight. Hey, everybody, if you coming on, say hello. Say hello. Don't just creep on, come through. How y'all doing? I am excited about this live. So, excited. Oh yeah, that's me. Okay. So today, I want to talk about Madam C.J. Walker. Um, I wish that this thing wasn't so delayed. And if I am talking and you comment and I comment later, please forgive me. It is a bit of a delay. So, what I want to talk to y'all today about was Madam C.J. Walker. I need to know your thoughts. Have you read a book before this? Or have you watched a similar movie before this? Did you really know about her? I mean, I know a lot of us know of her and should have really learned in school. But I don't feel like even school gave us the actual education that this video, on Netflix was really, given to us. Did you finish parts of the video? All of it? Been meaning to get around to it or what? That's what I wanted to know. Because I actually have questions for you all. I want this to be very interactive, per usual. And I really wanted to know how y'all felt about the movie itself. So for me, I feel like she is definitely me. Starting off in this thing, just telling you a little bit of story about me, is when I started doing hair color, I was doing it on myself. You know what I mean? And um, everybody else started to notice it. So I was my own advertisement, and other people started to look at it and they wanted me to start doing it for them. You know, it's not that like with her I wanted to go into a joint venture with her, with anybody else, but there's other people who started to do it. I had somebody actually try to reverse engineer my stuff and do it themselves. I have had other people come and say that they were doing it before me. It was just a whole bunch of stuff. When I learned that there's nothing new under the sun, you know, that everything is not an invention, but an innovation. So for me, I just had to really start fighting to get myself out there, to get my business out there, to get my products out there. I had to believe in me, and I have been up and down in the belief system several different times. I too started this, with, an ex-husband and now have a great man, unfortunately didn't end the way, that did, but, I still feel like so many things are parallel, when it comes to her strength, her will, her tenacity. I too drove and moved to another state, and got my mind right. And when I got my mind right, I got me right. So again, there's so many similarities. I'm looking at women, and this is just being real deep down honest. I'm looking at women who are trying the competitors' products, and the competitor is constantly putting this idea of the big, loose, natural, curls, the big, hair, women, a straight hair, Caucasian hair, just all kind of things. And my product works best in my kind of hair. Your fours. You know what I'm saying? Your tight curls. And I struggled with the fact of, should I just create something, that's going to, work for, the loose curls and things like that. When I realized that I need to stick with what works for me, what works for the people that I started out with, the people who cared, the people who I feel their hair is not talked about a lot, that they're left behind, and felt like their hair isn't, as good because of such and such. I had to find out what was different about my products versus the competitors that came up. I had to find out what the competitors, were doing, and things like that. So for me, I realized that I had to stay the course. I realized that I had to believe in me, as much as other people did. And I had to, take this on and become a boss. And that has been very, very, very hard. Trying to get people to be interested, trying to get investors and all the things that Madam CJ Walker was doing, I'm trying to do now. And I just realized, and I'm so grateful and proud to know that she's paved the way for other entrepreneurs, such as myself, such as the people, possibly watching, that want more, for themselves, especially in the beauty industry, where we're still not 100% taken as seriously, because it's felt as, like cosmetic, or that you don't really need it, and that you shouldn't put much time and money into it. At the end of the day, we're always going to want to look good, no matter where we are, what space we are in our lives. We're going to look good, we're going to feel good, we're going to smell good, we want our clothes to look good, our jewelry, even if it's cosmetic jewelry. We want, our hair. You could determine a woman's feelings and emotions by what her hair looks like. You know what I'm saying? You could determine a woman's feelings and emotions by, you know, um, how she styled her hair, how she colored her hair. If it's relaxed, if it's natural. Just, unfortunately, you can look at sometimes, how, or what ethnicity she could be a part of because of her hair. Hair is very, very important, to us as women. A lot of us, it is our crown and glory, not it being long or it being straight or it being curly. Just the fact that we have hair and that we can do what we want to do with the hair. So again, my question for you all is, how did you feel about Madam C.J. Walker? How did you feel? Watching it. What aha moments did you get, or did it spark something in you, to want to do more? For yourself, or with other people, or have a joint venture, with other people, to possibly have a part of your beliefs, or your vision come together. You know what I mean? Because it's not always about, you creating something. It's maybe sometimes you helping someone else create something that helps you with your plans and your dreams, for your life. So are you a Madam C.J. Walker? Are you a person who, came up with something, or wanted to plan something, didn't know where to start, and then it just took off? You know, what part of Madam C.J. Walker, really hit home for you? What part of C.J. Walker, really helped you, within yourself and within your mind? Was it a help at all? And in your opinion, did it correlate with the things that you've read historically. Did they do a good job on Netflix to portray Madam C.J. Walker from what you remember or what you know about her as a person? For me, I didn't know that she named herself Madam C.J. Walker after her second, husband. You know what I'm saying? Because her husband's name was CJ and Walker. So that was pretty dope. You know what I'm saying? That she honored him. Um, Another thing for me, I feel like she didn't balance well, her personal life. And that's just me being a woman entrepreneur to another. I feel like at some rate she could have balanced her life personally as along with her dreams, because I run into that as well, with my current boyfriend, me being dominant, me being dogmatic, me wanting to make sure I take care of everything, me taking care of things before he even came around, me being able to take care of my children, me being able to take care of my bills, everything is me, 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 me. And and it's my business. I saw so much of myself in her. I saw so much of that dominance from me in her. You know what I mean? And it was very thought provoking, because I don't want him to feel like I don't trust him, that I can't lean on him, that he's not special, that he's not appreciated, that I need to do me and get me together before I can deal with you. I think that yes, he should have had more, um, tenacity within him to not use that in order to have sex, especially with somebody in her quarters, that works for her or works for her. I don't really agree with that part. I don't feel like cheating is a symptom of something. I feel like it's straight up a choice, especially if you two decided to be monogamous. You should have more gumption within yourself to not, use the fact that that other person is busy to cheat. That part really bothered me. But what did bother me as well on her part was she did not, you know, validate his feelings. You know what I'm saying? He cheated. She found out before he could even express himself, how I seen it from the video, but I also feel like, she could have, shown him more appreciation. Like, even though he went and locked himself into the office, or not the office, locked himself into the bathroom with Booker. You know, I just feel like in a way she should have saw that as him doing things by any means necessary, in order to get her what she wanted. She told him to go in there, do his thing, talk to him, make sure that he comes to dinner. You know what I'm saying? And I don't think he 100% knew that the reason why he agreed to come to dinner with her and the rest of the people to meet with her, to talk about her new factory, was because he was scared and just wanted, CJ to get out the bathroom and unlock them from the bathroom, and, things like that. But she should have still saw that as like, my man was willing to go in there, what I'm saying, and be gusto, and get what I told him to get, which was that meeting with him, so that I, can have connections to everybody he has direct connections to, so that, I can get a part of my dream, which is, this factory. You know what I'm saying? So, anyways, um, to me, there were several things like, he said he loved her. He wasn't moving. He moved. You know what I'm saying? He made her feel beautiful. He made her feel happy. He made her feel special. Anything she needed in order for her to move on with her life in this business, I felt like he was there for her. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, at some rate, did, he have a little bit of resentment? Yes, because in that time, it wasn't big on men to follow their women, but he was trying though. It wasn't big for men, to be under their woman's wing and floating after her. It was looked at. Even his dad, jabbed at him a couple times, about him, not having something of his own or following his wife. I don't think he meant anything about it by it. I just think it was, a part of their era. You know what I'm saying? But even in that, like I said, you just have to balance life. You have to balance relationships. You have to see that person's sacrifice as well. Even if it is your business, even if it's your idea, even if they came in after the idea, even if they don't know as much as about what you're trying to do, you still have to, if you depend on them in your life for more than just sex, for more than just conversation, for so many other things, those are still sacrifices. You know what I'm saying? They could be doing other things. He could have been selling other things. um Another thing that I felt triggered her was that Walker girl thing. He's good at advertising and pitching and things like that. That's how he made his money. But again, he obviously wasn't listening to her over the years, in my thoughts about it. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't hearing that the first woman that she wanted to work for was telling her that she didn't measure up to the Walker girl that he was creating. You know what I'm saying? That, and then it was starting to make her second guess things as well. Like, should I go ahead and do, what, Addie was trying to have me do, which is make the people who have my kind of hair feel like they can have my kind of hair, even though they know deep down inside that they can't, just because I have that privilege, just because I have that hair. Should I sell to those women using a model like that, the one that he's presenting to me that I should present to the world? But she stuck to her guns. That's what I loved about it. She stuck to her originality. I'm doing it for those who look like me, who have felt like me, who have felt like my hair wasn't good enough, who have felt like, my skin wasn't light enough, that my hair wasn't curly enough, that it wasn't loose enough, that I wasn't enough, that I wasn't the prototype, that I wasn't, the ideal woman to look at, in reference to this. I love that she stuck to that. But there were so many things, in my opinion, that she did do wrong in regards to her husband, CJ, and he did as well. It's that balance, in entrepreneurship. It is hard dating an entrepreneur. And for us as women, and because I'm talking to women, saying that you want to date, someone who has their own and they're business minded and that they're driven, and that they're smart and they go out and they get things, it pulls from you. I know because I've tried to date an entrepreneur as an entrepreneur before, and it's that balance of time, and I struggle with that in my own relationship, so for me, that was the aha moment for me. I don't want my boyfriend to feel like I don't give him enough time, that I don't give him enough attention, that he's lonely, that his sacrifices aren't, worth, what I'm doing, because what I'm doing is on a more of a grander scale, when really he's helping my entire family. He's helping me mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally. You know what I'm saying? He is there and he might not be there, doing what I can do, which is get the people going, get their emotions involved, and all that kind of stuff. But it's still sacrifices. He is still doing what he need to do in order to make sure my dream comes true. My dream comes into fruition. So anyways, I know that I spoke a lot. I was waiting on a few people to come in so that this could be a little bit more interactive. But if you're watching this later, put hashtag replay in the comment section. I will be sure to talk to you about this. I will start a watch party, so I will answer questions. I will chat and converse with you. Please share this out to other people so that we can all converse about it, because it hit home for me on so many other levels, other than just hair in the industry, and making money. It was so many things all the way around, and things that I didn't even get into. Relationship with her daughter and everything. So yeah, I hope to hear from you guys soon. Again, put hashtag replay in the comments section. I'll be sure to converse with you about this later if you're watching this later. And it was a pleasure. Bye.